What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Happy New Year. Welcome to tonight's show. Sonny, you want to say what up?
Hey y'all, happy new year. Happy new year. I'm so excited. I'm just excited to be here.
Me too. Me too. Me too. Excited to be here. Happy to be here. Happy to be on this side of the dirt. You know how that go.
That
And
part.
shout out to everybody that is joining us and that will be joining us. Make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, hit the notification link so you can be notified when we have another show. 2026, we'll be back. It's New
Finally, I
Year.
feel like we was out for a minute.
Right, new year, new us, and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. We got a ton of topics. I know my team is getting sick of me. I've been getting topics left and right, and just throwing it in the group chat, and I got a bunch of them in the queue, and we'll be trying to talk through as many as we can, and we'll save the rest for next time. So
Yeah, and if
some
y'all in
new
the
ones just
comments
popped in too.
join
So
and if y'all in the comments join in on the topic. Yeah, I saw all the stuff. I was down from the end of the year to the beginning of the year. I was out. They
oh yeah.
it got me again, it took me out.
Right. Everybody been getting the flu. Thank God I haven't gotten anything, but
No,
I
'cause I
usually
got
don't.
the flu and then I got the sinus infection. So like I was sick from the 26th. I'm actually still supposed to be on the antibiotic. I got tired of taking the medicine. I was like, I'm sick of
Oh
it.
man.
Like so I'm still
Okay.
having like some of the lingering effects, but it's like
Right.
I'm done with this antibiotic shit. I feel like I'm just like I take my allergy pill, I do my Flonase. The
Right.
antibiotic
Right.
I'm not part of. The cough medicine I stopped taking because you take it as needed. I probably do need the antibiotic to finish clearing this up, but at the same time, no. Fucking
Dang,
sick.
that's
I'm
rough.
tired of medicine. I'm tired of being sick. Sick of it all.
I feel you. I feel you. Glad you're feeling better. Glad you're back with us, and
Yeah.
we get started on this year. Get it started strong, and
Yeah.
keep it going. Like I said, I got topics for days. Probably got
I got
about
my specs on hand too. I got new specs. Well, they the same specs, different lenses.
There you go. There you go. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, well, let's get right to it so that we can get through as many of these topics as possible. First, we're gonna start off with I can't believe I'm about to say this, but Trump finally came up with a great idea.
What?
Trump is calling for 10% cap on credit card interest rates for consumer credit cards. I,
Well,
I'm
that's
I'm
interesting. That's
I'm
actually
flabbergasted, blown away, and pretty excited because I got a couple of credit cards that I could use a little interest rate break on. He's
I think we
proposing
all could.
Yeah, right, right. He's proposing a temporary cap for up to a year, or at least a year. I think it was at least a year, if not longer. I mean, I think this is one of those ones, right, that will get people excited, get people saying that once again, this is kind of similar to the what do you call those things?
Little stimmies
The stimmies,
or the what's what they call the anchor.
they're right, right. As well as give him an opportunity to be at least lauded or praised for another helpful initiative that will keep the American consumer happy. I don't know if it's plausible or viable, but it definitely feels like a good play. I'm definitely down to see it happen. I don't know what the plan is. Actually, I don't think anybody knows what the plan is. I think he's kind of just kind of how Trump does. It's another one of those things that he just throws out there,
Yeah, it's
says
probably
that
something to benefit him, but it also benefits other people.
yeah, exactly, exactly. And the one thing about it is that I think that although it's not a um, I would say it's not something that his usual constituents will be happy about. But I will say that it's one of those things that will be greatly appreciated by all everyone, as well as if he gets it done, and that's the thing. I will commend him for this, even though I don't like it. The things he's been saying that he wants done, he's been getting it done, or he's been having it, go into effect. So, it's quite possible he might say, forget waiting on Congress and just write something up or whatever, however he does it, he might be able to just get it pushed through. especially seeing that it's a temporary thing. But also, I think that it's one of those things where there's going to be ramifications. You know, I think the article I was reading was saying some of the ramifications will be reduced access to credit, because credit card companies will look at this as something that will force them to be more strict on their credit card, giving out credit cards. But I think this is more of a ploy or a play to help current credit card holders. They said over $27 billion will be saved by, over $100 billion will be saved by consumers if this goes into effect. And but there's the chance that credit card companies could lose $27 billion in revenue. From
fees.
Yeah, so it's one of those things that I think the credit card companies will try to fight, but it did rattle investors. They some of the credit card companies lost valuations on their stocks. Stock prices dropped. Lots of sales of stock because some of these investors are looking at it as something that will cause the value of their shares to go down. So.
Yeah, well, like I said, I know a lot of us don't particularly care for Trump. It's one of those things that are positive for a lot of people. It could be potentially something that benefits him, but also benefits us at the same time. So I'm here for that.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, I guess you got to do some good after a lot of nonsense you done did.
True.
Since you've been in office, I mean, you got to just give us something.
Right, throws a bone.
Like I think we're owed something at this point. And for those who are credit card holders, I'm here for that. Now, can you lower some of the property tax for a lot of us? A lot of these cities?
That's what I'm screaming.
That would be great. Especially as for us homeowners and us who pay. I mean,
property taxes, auto insurance.
Yeah, all that. So do that for us. Do that. Right. Like do something else nice. That will be one of them. You still won't really necessarily get our approval, but some people may like you. Exactly. Not all of us, but we'll appreciate.
We'll appreciate the effort.
The little crumbs you do throw us.
Right.
We will appreciate that. And we're still gonna talk shit, but maybe we'd be nice to you for a couple seconds.
At least. Because
the tide will turn in this conversation today. But go ahead.
Right. All right. So next up, I was talking to my mom, and she was saying that shout out to my mother, woman that gave me life 50 years ago.
Shout out to Willie's mom, Mrs. Styles.
Yes,
OG Styles.
Right, OG Styles. So I was talking to her, and she told me she was going to give up something this month for the month of January. And then my wife also mentioned that she was going to give up something for the month of January. A couple of things actually. So she's on a tear to do that. Then I started hearing it from other folks online that they were giving up things, or they were doing certain things more. And I kind of felt left out. And then nobody's saying it's a New Year's resolution or anything. It's more me. I got big FOMO. So they haven't called it a resolution, but more of a goal or a task to accomplish. And I think year 2026 is the year of accomplishment. So I think that I definitely wanted to think through, what can I give up or what can I do more of in 2026? Not just 2026, in January. Start small. So month of January. Yeah. So definitely want to ask, if anybody's made similar resolutions or affirmations that they were going to give up something, or if they're going to do more of something in the month of January. And what is that? What is it for you that you could do better at, do less of? Maybe it's a vice that you want to give up, or maybe it's something that is not good for your health, or maybe it's something or maybe it's dealing with somebody that you don't want to deal with anymore. Whatever the case may be, what is it for you that you could do more of or less of in January to get your year started off right?
So for me, I would do more of saying no.
Oh, okay.
And not explaining.
Oh, good point. Good part to add.
Yeah, I have to add that because that's important, especially for me.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, I'm explaining. But no, I have to say, me saying no when I want to say yeah is been particularly hard within the last couple of months. But I feel like
Wait.
this
So,
year,
quick question. You said saying no when you want to say yes. Are you saying you want to say yes, but you're like, no, I'm a look out for me and say no, or is these things that you want to say no to, but you're either afraid or apprehensive about saying no, and you always say yes anyway?
I feel like for me, I'm more of a I'll say no to myself. I know, like
Okay.
somebody presents me with something, and I'm like, nah, that that ain't it for me.
Right.
And it for me, I'll eventually say yes because it appeases the other person. It doesn't benefit me long term, right?
Got you. Yeah.
And it could be problematic for me, and I understand what I could be walking into.
Right.
So it's hard for me to say no because I'm always a person that wants to assist, help, and just say yes is easier. And especially when it's something I know I could do.
Right.
It's very hard for me to say no, and especially me, like your relation in relation to me. I be wanting to say yeah, but I know I have to. I stand on business because it's not benefit. Not that I don't want to say that it's benefiting me. I just want to say that it's not in my best interest long term, right?
Right.
It caused more harm for me than it does to say yes. Like me saying yes is me adapting and changing a lot. And it's problematic for me long term, right?
Yeah.
I'm already in therapy. I don't need help. So I've decided that, and I actually started this in December.
Okay.
But I feel like I have to continue it. And this is not just a goal for January, it's a goal for the rest of my life. But like you said, baby steps. So December was okay, I gotta stand on business, I gotta stand 10 toes down. January is more of a challenge because you just like, no, I could just do it. No. So I have to tell myself no and then not explain because even when I'm explaining, you can explain and then I'll feel bad and it's like, let me just. So I'm not
stand on the no and just let it go.
I'm gonna say no and then be over there. And I have to be okay with you not being upset or being disappointed in me because I'm always, I'll figure it out this, that, and third. So I gotta stand on business. So I'll do more of saying no. Giving up. No, because I like bacon too much. I don't eat pork that much, even though I love bacon.
Right.
But I like bacon, so it's just I may wake up tomorrow and want some bacon, and I'm not gonna tell myself I need to give it up, and I'm just going. I know I'm gonna eat it.
You're gonna fall off that horse already.
Yeah, I will fall off that horse immediately, expeditiously. Plus, I'm home tomorrow. I can just make me some bacon, egg, and cheese real quick. So I think I'll have to struggle with what I would give up.
Yeah, I thought about the giving up thing, and I'm like, yeah, same thing. There's a couple things that I thought like, oh, I could give up one thing or another. One thing that was suggested was giving up alcohol.
Maybe I already soda.
I could do soda. I already had a drink last night. I had a drink a couple of days ago.
I thought about that because I haven't had a drink all year, right? And today I had a drink.
Oh, okay.
Like I tried. My sister took me out to dinner New Year's Day. We went out to dinner with my sister, but I was sick and I was trying to eat. I couldn't even eat. I took a sip of my drink, just trying to participate, and I was sick. I was like, I can't. And then today I went out to lunch with a coworker and we had a drink, so I can't even say alcohol. I would say maybe soda. I can give up soda because I like my Pepsi.
Okay. Yep.
I don't drink it as much, but I do at the same time. Right. Sometimes I just want a Pepsi. So maybe a Pepsi I can do for the rest of the month.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I had one today, but I can stop as of today.
There you go. Make it until Valentine's Day, and it'll be a full month.
Full month, yeah. Maybe I'll say Pepsi. If a certain someone's watching this, make sure I don't drink Pepsi, and you can't bring me now.
Oh, see, You just made it hard on them.
Don't bring me none. You can have your treat yourself, but don't give it to me.
My wife gave up chocolate 1 month, or it was I don't think it was a whole month sometime last year, but it was like she was like, oh, make sure I don't eat any chocolate. And I'm like, that was my little go-to if I needed to just get her a little treat, get her a little something, But we made it through it. She tried to do Starbucks as well. She did great with the Starbucks. She definitely did great with the Starbucks. She did good with the chocolate too, but the Starbucks was a hard one because that it's not like she has to have Starbucks, but it, like you said, it be that day she gets up and she's like, I just need a Starbucks today, that kind of thing. And so it makes it a challenge, but I think that's the reason, right, to do something like that is to challenge yourself and get yourself out the comfort zone.
I think for me, a hard one because I do it enough that I would be like, what? I want a Pepsi. Oh, goddamn, I can't. Because I have it sometimes in the morning if I don't, because helps. So I'll have a Pepsi with a cup of ice, and I'm like, damn it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard for me.
You start off the day with a Pepsi. Oh yeah,
no, because I suffer from migraine, so Pepsi is a good way to do that. But I can do tea.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But I can do tea. Tea is fine too.
Tea helps. Yeah, I'm thinking, it's been a minute. Unfortunately, since I've been in the gym, and I don't want to be one of those New Year's resolution gym people, but I do need to get back into the gym, back on my regular grind. I lost about 20 pounds, something like that, in the last 3 or 4 months, and I've been maintaining, but I also need to still lose about 20 pounds. So I'm like, you know what? I do need to get back on that grind. Maybe, that'll be my thing to do more of, get back into the gym, I was doing 2, maybe 3 days a week, pretty consistent in the middle and near the end of last year. And then I just, kind of stopped going because I've just been busy, been, telling myself that I got too much else to do. I got a lot going on at the crib and, so now that things have kind of cooled down a little bit and settled, maybe I need to rethink that, get my schedule together. That's the other thing is my schedule. I was going to the gym either right after work or before going to see my wife when we lived separately. And so now it's like I don't have that, that space and time. It's, I go to the office most days, but it's like I go to the office when I'm coming home from the office, I want to go home, So that's the big thing for me, versus where it's like I had that motivation, like before I go see her, but I, maybe I still need to treat it that way, take my gym clothes with me to the office. And then when I'm on my way back home, stop at the gym, and then that way I can get that time in. So maybe I'll do that. That'd be a good thing. I feel like I would be cheating if I say give up drinking for the month because I do drink irregularly. it's not
I'm going out for drinks with my best friend on Friday. So
that's the thing. I don't go out for drinks with people. I don't do that kind of stuff. My wife and I, we might go out to dinner a few times a month, but I don't drink every time we go out. It's so irregular. If we're having a get together and there's certain people that are drinking, I might do that. Or if we have some extra wine, we might pull out a bottle to taste something. But it's so irregular that I would be cheated to say that that I would give that up. Maybe beef. My wife is talking about trying to do less beef, but again, that might be cheating because right now she cooks most of the meals, and when we do go out, we rarely ever get beef when we go out because I'm not a big beef eater. So once again, I feel like I would be cheating if I said that I would give
be
up
something
beef.
easy that that's not really like a thing that you would have to actually sacrifice and give up. I got you.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not a sacrifice at all. I was off beef for about 3 or 4 years, and only went back just because there were so many brisket restaurants opening up, and I was like, I got to try these, and so I started eating them. That was, I think, beginning of last year, and so I was on a regular basis eating brisket and stuff. So still not eating burgers, still not eating steaks that often. I think I might have had, I could probably count on my hand how many times I had a steak all last year. including this year, because I did just have one recently. That's probably number 4 out of 5 in the last year. So yeah, it's not that often, so it's not really a challenge. It would be just like,
I think a challenge for me would be pork, because if you know me, there's always
right.
pork on my.
You know.
Yeah, like I don't. Oddly enough, I don't keep it in my house, but when I want it, I get it.
Yeah, I feel you. All right, next topic. So I saw this article. I don't know. It's been a couple months, I think, because it was kind of far back in the group chat, and I don't think we talked about this, but I wanted to touch on it just because, you know, being newly married, you know, definitely something I don't think will happen to me, but also, you know, being older, I think that's part of it. Where I think young people are go through this more often than not, or marriages that started when people were younger, is that, you know, they go through time and things change between the two people. And this article was talking about a phenomenon that I definitely have seen before, but just didn't realize it was happening so often. But they were talking about women quietly quitting their husbands.
Okay.
So if you ever heard of quiet quitting, a lot of people are familiar with the term because of, you know, folks doing things like quietly quitting a job. That's been a big thing since the pandemic, right? In post-pandemic world, is quietly quitting a job. You have people who quietly quit their friends. You have people who quietly quit, you know, certain friend groups or things like that. You know, so there's the phenomena of being detached and feeling dejected, or feeling like things aren't worth it, to the point you were making earlier about your saying no instead of yes, is feeling like you're it's not in your best interest, a certain situation, and so you kind of pull back slowly, surely, and fade into the background. And some people are doing this with their spouse. So
wow.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, and it was a you know, there's no statistics for it yet, you know, but it's definitely something that, you know, experts are starting to note when it comes to either divorces, separations, things of that nature. What do you think is causing women to quietly quit their husbands?
It could be. I mean, you know, as a woman, I would say, like, I kind of had a conversation with somebody that was in a long-term relationship, and you know, things fade out, fizzle out. It could be a number of things. It could be, you know, infidelity in the beginning, them staying for whatever reason, trying to work it out for kids or other reasons. And then now you're in a situation where you guys don't work and you're just still there in some capacity, but like the love is gone. And we talked about this with I'm gonna shamelessly plug um main character energy, where, you know, we starting a new podcast with the ladies of Philly Link podcast Link Philly. We're starting a podcast and we were talking about topics, and it's one of those things where women, I think men do it too, because I can't even just say it's women. We leave the relationship emotionally first before we physically leave.
Yeah.
So I'm going to attribute that to what this is, right? You're in a situation, you're trying to fix a problem, it's not being fixed, the arguments are argumenting, it's just like you're not coming to a common ground. So you're at this point where you kind of like, it from what my understanding would be, is that you're kind of like fizzling out of the relationship, and you're waiting for that person to notice and then say, all right, we're done.
Right.
Versus you being the bad guy. Hey, Dame, like, versus you being the bad guy and saying, you know, saying, oh, well, I want to end it. And sometimes in relationships, when you say, I've been there where I wanted to end a relationship because it wasn't working, this person wanted to hold on. So I'm there, but I'm not there emotionally or physically at this point. You're just hanging out. So you kind of like, instead of making a public statement of, you know, most people with social media, stuff like that, you just break up. I'm assuming you quietly back out of the marriage, and then somebody files divorce because they're tired of it. It's like stagnant. It's nothing's happening. We're not arguing. We're not doing anything, because, you know, once the ladies stop arguing, it's done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, and sometimes for guys, it's the same way. I think guys do the same thing. They quietly quit their wives. They're sick of whatever it is. She's not listening. She's not allowing him to lead. She's being problematic in whatever way she may be being problematic. It's not getting there. It's not getting anywhere. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna be slowly backing out of the situation, but you may see somebody find companionship elsewhere, or they may just be like, I'm done. I'm wait till you ready to be done. And I've been at that point too, where it's like, you ready? I'm done. Or let me know when you are so we can be done. Because right now we just wasting each other's time. So I think, like I said, doing that is probably more detrimental to you. Like if you're not happy, leave it. Like nobody can you stay. If you're not like I think at this age, if you're not happy, just leave. Like it's no point of and I just told one of my friends this, it's like if you don't think it's working, let it go. Like in the full sense of it. No living together or nothing, just get out because you're gonna be there and be unhappy. Like y'all together, essentially you're not really single. You're into something that y'all just in there. And it's similar to a marriage because it's been years, like common law, basically. And you're not, neither one of you people are happy, you're just there because of circumstances, because of financial stuff. And at the end of the day, you know, you could just go. But I say don't quietly quit. Out loud and in public. Done. Not just for social media, but like for you too. We're done. Okay. Like we too old to be bullshitting and be relationships long term and then we just miserable. Like I don't.
Yeah, being in misery is definitely detrimental and honestly, it's just sad, you know, because you know who wants to be in a situation where you feel like you're stuck or that you feel like you have no control over the the outcomes, right? And like you said, because one person, it may be one-sided, it may be a situation
nobody wants to be the bad guy, so you just sit there stagnant.
Stagnant. And like you said, you know, you could have had the opportunity to be in a better relationship or just opportunity to do things better on your own, you know. Not to say that, you know, every relationship is making somebody else making one person worse off than the other, but what I'm saying is that it definitely can lead to, you know, one or both persons being unable to progress personally, you know, when they still have ties or situations where they have, it could be financial, it could be the location, it could be a number of things, right? That can be holding you back. And then another detriment I could see, and one thing that I always tell people now, you know, that I learned from my divorce was that not being in a relationship because of the kids, you know, that's one of those ones.
I say that all the time.
And I get it. You know, you don't want to make your kids have
you miserable.
Yeah, and because I think that's the thing is that you still end up hurting the kids in the end because they either see the discord in the home or they get heartbroken because they feel like, wow, you know, you guys did this for so long and now you're breaking up, and why, and what's the, you know,
because it's sudden, it's that unspoken of what happened. It's been happening. And this is, I said this to somebody too. I said this is the same person I was talking to. I said kids aren't dumb. I remember I was young and watching my parents. Y'all got to argue in front of me. I know y'all don't like each other out loud and in public. So like you think you're shielding them and trying to build this. You want to have a stable home. You can have an unstable home with miserable parents. So you're raising your kids to be miserable, to stick it out for the kids. And this is why they go into these relationships and they have these miserable relationships because you're sticking it out for the kids. And it's like, I that was one of my things. And then I just had a conversation with somebody. There's no way I'm staying with somebody just because we have a kid together. Like, yes, I want to raise a 2-parent household and have that family unit, but I want it to be a healthy family unit. And if we're not
be able to show your kids how to have healthy relationships, and this is not, and healthy doesn't mean us being together. Healthy could be like mom and dad didn't work out, and then this worked out. Co-parents.
This was the best shit ever, and it was so much better. And then they learned how to be great co-parents, but also with an additional person. Mom, dad may have moved on, married someone else, and this is the best situation you could have had for yourself. Like, I don't want to raise my kids in misery, nor do I want to raise them as a single parent either. Let's not get that twisted.
Yeah,
That's not what I'm saying. A lot of us don't want to be single parents. But at the same time, I would rather be a single parent and happy than a parent that's in a household with somebody that I don't like and want to deal with, but I'm tolerating or attempting to tolerate because we have kids together. That's
Right.
crazy.
Well, my thing too is that a lot of times in some relationships like that, where they're doing it for the kids, a lot of times they're already doing things separately anyway, because they can't stand each other or just don't want to be around each other. And then you're single parenting anyway,
Like, or you
as
having somebody in the house but not of the house. You have a wife in the house, but she ain't even like she ain't being a wife in it. Like she not
yeah,
really being
exactly.
a wife or being a mom. Or you have the
Right.
same a dude in the house that ain't being a dad. He just out here like he feel like he watching his kids, babysitting his kids,
Right.
and like, yo, you a whole dad. You're not babysitting
Right.
your kids. These are yours. Like you're not helping out. Like, and that's one thing I can't stand to see somebody in the house with their partner and you're struggling and this is the person that you chose to do life with that ain't doing life with you. They out here watching you do life and like whether or not you're struggling like they there, whether they show up financially, emotionally, and as far as a team effort, you're not being a team player. I'm over here struggling and I can't even pass you the basketball to do the assist because you ain't assisting. You just in here
Right.
and you causing more problems being in here than you are. So you might as well. And it's like that mentality gets people like, oh, well, y'all don't want men in the house or y'all don't want this, that, and the third. No, I would love to have somebody in here that's going to help. But I
Right.
don't want us to be in the house with somebody that's watching me struggle. That's like being in a
Exactly.
relationship and you going through shit and this person you with, you can't lean on for moral support or just that support system because they out here, they just there, taking up
Right.
space, causing
Hmm.
more problems and not helping and like not participating in life with you. They just there. So, it's a lot of people like that. It's women, men and women like that. And like, this is why people leave relationships like they do. And this is
Hmm.
why the divorce rate is high. You out here struggling to pay the bills while somebody deciding that they want to be a stay-at-home parent while you struggling and ain't watching you struggling and knowing you struggling and ain't saying, oh, let me go get a job and help. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you said you're gonna be you're gonna be the provider. Yeah, I try to be the provider, but sometimes life be life, and this economy it should not be no one income house. Like
Oh,
we
right.
struggling
That
two
part.
income
Yeah.
households. So watching somebody take care of a whole entire household with the kids, and you just sitting there just twiddling your thumbs is crazy to me.
Yeah. For sure.
That's watching somebody you love struggle, and you sitting there like, well, they said it's gonna maintain the household. Yeah, but life is life, and then bills is billing. So rather than you struggling, break your back to work 4 jobs, 2 jobs, I could just get a job and help you.
Hmm.
Like people
Yep.
are just selfish. There's a lot of selfish people in this world that want to be taken care of, but they can't. Like God, and that's one of the things Smooth just always say. If something happened, what are you gonna do? If the breadwinner falls sick and they can't work no more, what is happening
Right.
with that
Right.
household?
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. I mean, I think the article mentioned something you mentioned earlier is how women will emotionally leave a relationship, and this goes tied to emotions too. And men, even though we don't show as much emotion as women do, or we don't have as much emotional breakdown at the beginning. Most men have a bigger emotional breakdown at the end or after it's over. But it's
Hey, Jamie.
definitely something that's going to affect your emotions. It's going to affect your view outlook on life, all those things. And sitting in a relationship that's causing you that kind of hurt, that kind of pain, or that kind of discord is just not worth it. It's not
Yeah,
worth it. Yeah. So don't quiet quit big time.
big time
Make
out
it
loud
happen
in their face.
in their face. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Next up. Pulling the wrong one up. This was another one I'm pretty sure we didn't talk about before, but I had it in this group chat. Um, I don't know. It's one of these topics where,
Dame said, hold on. Dame said, guys will protect our peace and check out sooner than what we show. That's facts.
well, yeah, yeah,
That's
that's that's
facts.
that's, that's
It's not
true too.
necessarily talked about, but that's facts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think Sonny, you said it earlier that it's not just women, it's men too. I think the difference is that women will check out emotionally early on because when a relationship is over between a man and a woman, usually the woman has already checked out way before the breakup happens, way before, so she's checked out emotionally, she's disconnected from the situation, she's moved on doing her own thing, where a man sometimes will more than likely wait until the very end or close to the end, and then he'll do the disconnect. But then there are those men that will check out early and be unfortunately out there cheating or out there,
I'm gonna pay the bills, but I'm gonna be over here.
Exactly. So everybody has their own way of doing things. But yeah, check out early or check out completely. Don't just check out.
Half hours check out. Check out like you would when you got reservations. You got to check out by 11. Check out that part.
All right. So this next topic, I saw this on Facebook. It definitely sounds like a Reddit topic. Where a young lady was in communication with her baby daddy, and they're trying to co-parent, but unfortunately she reached out to him at a time his wife did not appreciate. So she texted him at 1 a.m. and the wife had a problem with it. But let's see whose side you would be on in this situation in terms of how this was handled. Let me pull this up real quick. Do Sonya a favor, zoom in on this image.
I say, because I got my specs right here. So, but if you're gonna read it, you do what you gotta do.
Right. So she says, "Hey, were you still getting the kids something for Christmas?" And then the wife responds on the husband's phone, "Hey, he's sleep, love. This is his wife." And so she says, "Hey, okay, well, when he wake up, tell him I asked about the kids." So she says, "Well, I'm going to bed. I'm going to be real with you. You have to start respecting marriage and boundaries. He's married now, and you're texting him at 1 a.m. Ain't cool with me. I respect your concern about your kids, but I would not allow you to text my husband after hours. Please find you one." So, hold on a second. Of course, Facebook don't want to cooperate with me. So then she sends a picture of their hands holding with the ring showing and all that. And then she says, "I'll sit this here just in case you forgot." So the baby mama's like, "Baby, that ring looked like it's finna cut the circulation off from your hand. Like I said, please let him know I texted. Good night, baby, and take your blood pressure medicine because you're gonna need it as tight as that ring is." Then she says, hold on a second. Where'd the other picture go? Oh no, that was the whole thing. So the wife got her little jab in, and then the baby mama got her jab in. So how do you feel about this exchange, and whose side are you on, or how do you see it?
Now,
here's a lot.
I have conversation with emotions. I have multiple emotions on this one. Now, 1 o'clock in the morning, I can understand her being upset, right? A little bothered by that because this is not an emergency situation. This is a random text message that could have been done at some point in the morning or whatever, right? Now, the extra that she did after, definitely have a problem because the girl, it ain't that deep. That girl know he married, this, that, and the third. I'm also mindful of her work hours because I know a lot of commenters mentioned that. I remember reading this one. Her work hours could have been whatever her work hours was, that she was just getting off of work or, just starting her work day. She probably sleep during the day and then text him whenever she texts him. I don't think she really realistically wanted to have a response on him at that time of night, right?
Right.
But like I said, I understand when the wife's upset about the 1 a.m. text because it's not important. If you're texting at 1 a.m., I'm thinking something's really happening. It's an emergency situation, not some random Christmas gift conversation. Be that as it may, that's not something I would address with her. That's something I would address with him.
Exactly.
That's not need of her to reply on his phone. It's just a lot. And that's a boundary he needs to set with her. That's not something I need to set with her because I feel like certain boundaries need to be set by the person you're with. And she didn't need to respond to that. You could have saw it and you could have said to him, "Hey, babe, I feel a way about her texting 1 o'clock, and it's a non-emergency situation. Can you please talk to her about that? I feel like that's a boundary that needs to be set. And either I thought you said it and you didn't, or I thought you would understand that that's a boundary that should have been set, because that's just not cool, right? Conversation with your spouse, not with the baby mom. Now, like I said, then she took it a step further and was being extra, trying to be shady. And then if that baby mama did anything like me, she told her ring was too tight, and then she got high blood pressure. Because that's the type of time I would have been on, like, bitch, it ain't that serious. Like, blah, blah, blah. Because I am mindful of sometimes when I send messages out to people, I don't text neither one of my kids that late at night. And if I text them at nighttime, something has happened. I don't even text them at the 8 o'clock. So that means if something has happened, something has happened. And unless we're having a conversation about something that seriously happened and you got time and we could talk, cool. But I'm going to text you and say, is it okay that we talk right now? Or are you free to talk? But I'm not texting you at 1 o'clock in the morning. So like I said, that's a boundary that I would have. So I wouldn't expect somebody to be texting my husband's phone at 1 o'clock. And even if it is your child's mother and it's not important, I would have an issue with that. But that's something I would bring to you, not be answering your text message and doing that rigmarole. So while I agree with the wife about the 1 a.m. text and then not being an emergency, I don't like how she did it. And I cackled at the response the baby mom did, because that's hilarious. Because she did over more. Like Dame said, please find you one. It's like you trying to be funny and you don't, like, girl, it ain't that serious.
Right.
And even if she did, like, that's just, come on, girl, you're doing too much. You just trying to bait an argument out of somebody. And like, I'm glad she said what she said and told her to have a good night with her tight ring and check her blood pressure and all that shit. That's me in true form or fashion. That's what I would have been. And then even with her saying, tell him I text him, he gonna read his messages and see it anyway. She don't got to tell him you text him. He's gonna eventually see it, or whatever. It's just a lot. There was a lot, but the wife kicked it off. Like I said, I understand what she was saying. That I understand her feeling at the 1 a.m. But all that extra shit, girl, you deserve that text back.
Like right, that. For sure. Yeah, I definitely agree that she was the wife was doing the most, sending that ring picture, sending that get you one jab and all this kind of stuff. And I'll sit this here in case you forgot. Ain't nobody forgot. Nobody cares. And
she didn't care. You sound stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just too much.
Even if she was on some shady shit, you fed her, you fed into the bullshit, and like sometimes you gotta not engage people when they do shit to feed, like, and you fed right into it. You was on some, even if you like y'all got, because like if we don't know your past history, y'all had back and forth before, y'all had issues. You was being extra. She used to be petty. Now she not. She in the moment, whatever the case may be. You fed into that hook, line, and sinker. And now, even if you read the messages, you look crazy. And you the one with the ring. Why are you acting like you don't know who the fuck are? And that's, like I said, that's his boundary to set. That is not on you. Right. He is a problem because he didn't set that boundary. Don't text me unless it's an emergency at this type of night. If you can't text me between these hours that are respectable, because I'm not texting your phone at 1 o'clock in the morning. You might have a man, have a man or not. If I'm not doing that to you, don't do that shit to me. And it's respect my relationship. This is what we're not doing. So if it's an emergency, yes, you can call me whatever type of night. If something got to do with my kids, text me or call me, blow my shit up if it's an emergency. But if it's not, don't fucking text my phone 12 after. I'm sorry, I wouldn't text nobody's phone after 9 o'clock that neither one of my kids that unless it's an emergency.
Right.
And if we weren't having a conversation prior to that, we're not talking at that type of night.
Right. I'm not trying to text anybody, baby mama, baby, grandma, whatever. I don't care who it is. But like you said, that definitely respect the boundary. But yeah, the extra is too much. It's too much, and it's going. It went too far. So
I was with you about the 1 a.m. text, lady, and then you just went crazy.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that's too much.
I understood the 1 a.m. rigmarole. Like,
right. You were doing good until you messed up.
I would have said it in my head, but I wouldn't have said it in that text message.
Right, for sure.
I wouldn't even touch the phone. Like, next morning, making coffee. Hey, babe, your baby mom text you at 1 o'clock in the morning? And I read it. It wasn't an emergency, so I don't know what that's about. But we need to make sure we clear on our boundaries. That's something you need to work on because clearly I have an issue with it. If it was me, how would you like it? You wouldn't like it. I don't want those problems. We understand each other. Like what's understood don't need to be explained.
Exactly.
So that's for him to set that boundary, and obviously he didn't. And that's a conversation that you would have with him.
Indeed. All right, next topic. We're running through.
You might have forgot.
You're right. Yeah. Don't be forgetting, Stu. Your wife ain't gonna let you forget that.
Forgot you was married.
Right. Okay. So this next one, this is a topic that I saw pop up on. Actually, somebody sent this to me, so I got this sent to me, and thought this was a pretty good topic. And I don't think I even got a chance to put it in the group chat, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in here tonight. So this one is about friendship. The person posed this as a friendship topic, saying, be careful who you call your friend, who you say, is your homegirl or your homeboy or whatever it is, because sometimes they may disappoint you. And so the issue she had is her friend's husband threw her a surprise birthday party. She finds out about the surprise birthday party through an Instagram story because she wasn't there. Her issue is the friend did not call her during the party. She says, watch who you call your friends. My best friend's birthday was yesterday and her husband threw her a surprise party. And I wasn't invited, but her other friend group was. They were drinking, turning up, and living their best life. I only found out because I saw it on her IG story, like no text, no call, no pull up, nothing. So I replied to her story and say, thanks for the invite. She replies back and says, she didn't know what her husband had planned. And I say, okay, but when you walked in and saw balloons, cake, and people, you still couldn't text me and say, meet me here? Be for real. She goes to say, you don't even like this place. Now wait, don't tell me what I like to excuse why I wasn't invited. If you didn't want me there, just say that. Soon as I pressed the issue, she switched the topic, talking about somebody broke into her car. Girl, what the fuck does that have to do with me being excluded? Now I'm really side-eyeing everything, because why does her husband feel comfortable leaving me out of her birthday, and why is she cool with it? Some people will let their husband cut you off and then play dumb like you in the wrong. SMH. So, shaking my head. So, your friend's spouse throws them a surprise party. Should they call you if you're not there?
First and foremost, it's her birthday. She's happy that she got surprised and probably in the glory of it all. Ain't even thinking about you. Why? Because it's her fucking birthday. If the husband did not invite you and other friends that you're friends with knew about the function, they could have told you, hey, did you know that so-and-so's husband is throwing her a surprise party? And then you could have shot him a message and said, hey, I don't know if you inadvertently forgot about me, but can I get the deets for the surprise party? It's not on her. It was her birthday. She was surprised. He threw the party. If she was truly surprised, she did not know. And I'm sure she expected all her friends to be there. She probably thought you had plans and couldn't come. This is why when she didn't see you, she was like, okay, well, maybe something happened because she wouldn't miss this. Not that her husband didn't purposely invite you. He probably just forgot you, because, sometimes life happens and people forget, right? So I'm sorry. If somebody throws me a birthday party and I come there and I don't see you there, I'm assuming you're busy and that's it. And I didn't see you. Oh, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, surprised. I was surprised. It was a surprise party and I was surprised. I'm pretty sure it showed you walking through the door thinking it was something else. And now I'm surprised people are here. I'm not worried about or thinking about calling you. Does that make me less of a friend? Absolutely not. I didn't throw the party. It's not like I had a party and I purposely didn't invite you. I didn't throw shit. I showed up to a birthday party surprise for me. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking about you in that moment.
Right.
I don't think she's being shady. And why would she think that, oh, I didn't see you, let me call her and tell her to come? No. One of the other friends could have called you and said, hey, so-and-so's throwing her party. You should slide through. It's a surprise. Don't say anything. Oh, like I didn't get invited. Well, maybe he forgot you by accident. Come pull up anyway. Very
Right.
simple.
Very simple.
You could have talked to one
But
other.
one thing that stood out to me though is that it says her other friend group. You know, and to know that her other friend group means that you're not in that group. He may not either know that you're the best friend, or he or she might not even have represented you as her best friend. You know, that's one of the things me and my wife had talked about early on was, you know, who do you call your friends, and what makes them your friend, and who do you hang out with, and all these kind of things. And you know, one thing I had, you know, told her about was the fact that I do have multiple friend groups. You know, I have a group of friends that do certain things and go certain places, and I hang out with them for those reasons. Then I have another set of friends that do certain things and go certain places, and I hang out there for that reason. Then I have another group of friends that are, you know, a whole different kind of dynamic. And, you know, I do have a best friend in one and a best friend in another group. They're two separate groups, you know. And, you know, if well, actually, did see it happen. You know, she threw me a surprise birthday party or a surprise birthday trip actually, a couple years ago, and I find out once I get there. What I'm gonna do? Call up my other best friend and be like, "Hey, you know, we're out of state at a whole resort somewhere. You know, you want to come down?" That would have sounded crazy. But also, you know, there's situations where, like when I had my bachelor party, you know, my one of my homeboys, it was a surprise bachelor party. He invited me out. He's like, "Hey, let's go hang out." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Okay, cool," you know. And I got there. Now, when I started realizing other people were showing up, I'm like, "Oh, you know, I didn't realize what this was." And my best woman that was in my wedding, you know, she wasn't there, and I kind of thought the same thing you did. And I sure enough, I did take the step of asking and did confirm that she was busy, she couldn't make it, you know, and that was the reason, you know. But if I had found out, yeah, I would have reached out to her and say, "Hey, you know, are you coming? Are you going to be able to make it? Whatever the case may be." But also, you know, had I thought of it that and just assumed, because I did kind of assume that, and if I'd have just rolled with that, that would have really been the end of it as well, you know, because like you said, I'm not going to be sitting here thinking like it's my responsibility as the person of the hour to have to go and make this phone call, you know, to a person who's not there when this is a surprise to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the thing, is that a lot of times people don't understand, like, this isn't about you, this is about that person, and you chastising them for something they had no control over is bananas. It doesn't make sense. Is not, you know. And yeah, the friend didn't think enough to say, you know what, I need to take this high road or this low road on this and say, look, this wasn't about you, girl. But you know, she tried to take the high road and say, hey, you know what, this is a spot you usually don't go to anyway, and you're supposed to be best friends. Your friend would know. Like, you know, so I didn't think that, you know, you would want to come out. So she might already thought that you weren't coming because this that kind of spot you don't go to, or the fact that, you know, she said, hey, you know what, it is what it is, but you know, we still cool. Let me tell you about this other situation. Now you don't want to hear it. It's crazy because I think that people put themselves on this pedestal to be more important than they are. You know, and like I said, at this junction, this young lady thought that she should have been important enough to show up to this party, but not realizing that this party ain't for you. This ain't for you. It's not your party. It's not your that woman's husband responsibility to figure out every little nook and cranny friend that she got, and especially if it's a certain friend group that got invited. This is probably the friend group that he know about, or this is probably the friend group that he hang out with, and he got their information. He might not have your information, whatever the case may be. Like right now, if I wanted to throw my wife a surprise party, there's a certain group of people that she's cool with that I don't have nobody's information. I wouldn't be able to reach out to them, you know, and I look crazy trying to ask her like, hey, what's Kim's number? You know, what's Bernice's number? You know, like what, that would sound crazy, you know. So I think that it's best that she should have recognized that,
Especially
you
when
know,
you're
that
trying to do a
happened.
surprise, you don't want to hint that you're doing the surprise. So you can't go asking who all these people are.
Exactly. So I think that, you know, she just took it too far, you know, that she's, you know, she thinks or she might even just think she's more important than she is. Because I definitely have had people say, oh, you know, you're my best friend, or we're best friends, and I'm like, are we? I just know you. We just cool. Like, that's it. They even know who I'm talking about. But I just definitely think that
I'm your best friend, but you ain't mine.
that part. Oh, that I have that. One of my best friends, I feel like he is the best friend that I have. We cool, everything. Luckily, I do recognize the fact that I'm not his best friend, that he has another friend that he considers his best friend, and he confides in me, but he confides in this guy way more. And they have a way closer relationship. They've been friends since elementary school or middle school or something crazy like that. I only just met this man like 25, 30 years ago. So it's like, I feel like, that's a situation where I've made the recognition, and that's important to recognize that you're not as important to everybody as they are to you, and vice versa. You might be more important to somebody than you realize that they think you are, and then they're like, yeah, that's my best friend. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy to me. But it's best that everybody is on the same page and recognize that. But I think sometimes, a lot of times, that's not the case. Most people aren't on the same page on that and don't realize you don't have that hold on that person you think you have. What up, though, Dame?
Hey. Can you hear me?
What's your take on this, buddy?
Yeah, hey Dame, we can hear you.
Okay, hey. This is crazy. Everybody needs to chill out. You're not on the same level. You're never going to be on the same level with feelings and emotions when it comes to friendship, love, whatever type of relationship you are. It's never going to be equal. It's never going to be 50-50. Sometimes it's going to be 70-30. Even in your marriage with your spouse, somebody's going to love somebody more. Somebody's going to care for somebody just a little bit more. It just depends. It's just a different outlook. But give you some feedback. Like me and Will go back. I'm not going to age us. So we go way, way back. And to today, he put stuff on Facebook. I thought, okay. He puts pictures on Facebook that he hangs out with his friends. I know his friends. We don't get down like that. No, I don't mean, not that I don't like him. It's just that Will has his bond with his friends, and I have a bond with his friends too. We cool we're cordial when we see each other. I have no ill will or beef toward none of his boys, but they're not going to call me, be like, "Hey, what's up? You want to hang out?" A couple of them have invited me to functions with Will, but it's not like that. It's not going to be equal. You know what I'm saying? It's like me and we'll hang out. I'm not jealous when Will. He went out with the boys. Cool. I like the picture and keep it moving. I ain't gonna be in my feelings. Be like, oh man, they left me out again. These mother suckers. I'm like,
yeah.
I can't stand them.
My best friend, like she has a male best friend, but she also has other friends, co-workers, friends she met. Military friends that they got that bond, that whole, her battles and like that. And we all got together for her retirement. And it was like, introducing everybody. We all heard of each other. Now, some of us, we have met throughout the years. Now we all got to hang out. And it's like, and I think with females, more importantly than guys, they get territorial over friends. I crack up because my best friend, I can meet her other friends and stuff like that. I meet them and they're like, this is my best friend, blah, 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 center. Some of them, and I'm one of them friends that's out the way, right? I be out the way. So I don't be at all the events and stuff like that. I pop up. I make sure I don't miss any birthdays as long as I can help it. I pop up for important events and stuff like that when I can, because, my baby situation is not necessarily on everybody else's level. And I pop up and I show up. I don't feel a way about nothing. I don't feel like she's choosing them over me. I don't do any of the things. I got my own stuff going on. I have coworkers that are friends that are really good friends to me. I have other friends that I've been branching out with y'all. I got you guys and stuff like that. So I have different friends on different levels of different things. So if you see me hanging out with one, it doesn't spike this. It's not going to be like, that's still my best friend. I just got other people I hang out with too. And I also have a male best friend. I don't see him all the time. Do I feel away when I see him out and stuff like that? No. Do he get to pull up as much as I want him to pull up? No. Do I get to pull up as much as I want? But when we run each other, it's like you our bond is unbreakable. So I don't need to be around you 24/7.
Exactly.
I come when I'm supposed to come. When you want an event, you call me. I'm on the phone with you. If I can be there, I'm there. Stuff like that. But it doesn't. They don't, as far as I know, don't feel slighted about anything, right? And I don't feel slighted about them hanging out with their friends. Like today's point, I see her going out hanging out with friends. I don't care. I just hit her up today, like, hey, I want to go out for drinks this week, this Friday. I'm free. You know, I'm gonna have a couple hours to myself. Blah blah. Let's go grab drinks. She said, yeah, my group chat. We was talking about going to drinks. I said, well, let me know where, and I'll pull up. She got other friends she was going out to drinks with. I don't get to go out as much as they do. So I'm like, where y'all going? And now I'll meet y'all there. I know probably most of them too. So like, and I've been around them 50 million times, probably. So yeah, let me know where y'all going. I slide through and I'll come pull up. I got, a couple hours free. I'm gonna grab a drink and socialize. But I don't feel a way if I can't pull up. And I think in this situation, this is somebody that feels a way about a lot. You feel a way about the spouse, you feel a way about the friend. You just finding problems for no problems. And at the end of the day, like you said, it could be an honest mistake. And you really think that it's on her surprise birthday, she will stop and think about you on her birthday. Yeah, I mean, if she thought about you, cool. She called you, cool. But she's not obligated to do none of those things. And why do you feel like you got to hold her to the cross about this? And now you're trying to throw a slight at her husband. So now, are we best friends or are we not? Like, tell me how you really, in this message, tell me how you really feel.
Exactly.
Like, and it's like, and this is what I see with women. I don't see this with men. This is with women. Like, this is the same kind of friend I get that like the girl. I don't know if you saw the TikTok video, and it was she recorded her friend and was going off because her friend was dressed quote unquote better than her for her birthday.
Oh right. Oh man.
You're not no friend. You out here in competition. We don't do that. Like, and that's why I say when me and my friends go out, we already know, bitch. Everybody, we come in. Like one of my guy friends is always say, you keep a team. I do. So when we go out, my friends, when I pop them pictures on social media, we all look fire in our own right. Nobody is feeling slighted. It's how I dress is not necessarily how they dress. So when we throw our clothes on to go outside, we going outside. When we take them pictures, we like, listen, you already know we gonna have the cameras out. So bitch, put your flyers on. We don't care who birthday it is. We all looking good. We not saying you got to not look a certain way because everybody put clothes on. We outside.
To Sonny's point, I have a boy. We go back and forth. We'll talk to each other like for weeks on end. Then for a very long time, we won't speak. His wife or his ex-wife mentioned like, y'all haven't spoke to each other in 3 years. Y'all just picked up with no hesitation. Like, where you been at? No. Y'all just picked up and started laughing and cackling, giggling. Cracking jokes. Like, how do y'all do that? Because with girls, they be asking, girl, where you been at? And be like the CIA and the FBI trying to figure out what's going on. How come you haven't called me? With guys, we just pick, hey, what up though? Hey, what up? Hey, about to do this. Want to go? Sure. Okay. Hang up. Like, cause
no issue.
I'm a big prep, as a girl, I'm not asking you where you been. If I'm your friend and I know you, I know you. So I ain't got to be asking you. Ain't nobody going, at least I know, that's going to ask you where you been. They just happy to see you. I don't do that. Like, what's going on? Why you ain't been around? Bitch, you know why I ain't been around. Like life, I got life. Like right. I'm not like, no, like seriously. Like, I feel like as my friends, like my friends know I don't have babysitter on standby. So, 9 times out of 10, if I ain't coming, I don't got a babysitter or something, or I have other obligations. I'm not explaining shit to nobody that ain't my friend.
Right.
Like with me and Will, we stopped talking for a while, not on purpose. It just, life be life, and he was doing his thing, and I started doing my thing. Then out of the blue, I think one of us hit each other up and just like, hey, what up though? You want to do this? Sure, yeah. We didn't go into hey, what's been going on, and like we just start kicking it, like there's no ill will or malice, like. Because I know Will has a situation with somebody we mutually grew up with. Just start doing some stupid, shady stuff. Like,
don't be telling his business, Dave. Not on the podcast.
Oh no, it's not like that. But no, they not through Will's side of the situation. The other guy just acting like an idiot, selling lies. You know who I'm talking about. So. It's just like I don't speak to people like that. I don't hang with possessive people. Like life be life, and if you don't understand that, and you don't need to like. I keep up with a lot of people, and I don't keep up with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I spoke to somebody I haven't spoke to in 5 years. Hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? No, yeah. How you been on your end? Okay, cool. I want to talk to you about this real quick, and I haven't talked to him in 3 weeks after that. No, just understand life happens. People grow apart. As long as you good and you know we ain't got no beef, that's all that matters. When we see each other is love.
For sure. Yeah, like you said, Sonny. I think it's definitely a woman thing more often than not. You know, I mean, I'm sure some guys out there that have gone through this, but for the most part, most guys are like, hey, it is what it is. We all understand that life happens and things go on, and you just keep it moving. You know, you get back together, and you ain't mad. The other person ain't mad. we know what it is. You know, so I think that we definitely move forward. And just enjoy the time we can spend together and go from there. So
yeah.
I
just feel like with us women, we need to do better, and we hold our female friends more accountable than we do some of the men in our lives.
right.
Shit be wild. And like I love us women, but I like, and I said for me, I don't move like that. Like if I know you and I know you, like I just assume that life is going on for you, and I don't take it personally. And whenever you really, because like you got to look at it like this, people be going through shit, and they don't necessarily want to talk about a lot of shit they're going through. So whenever you come around, my thing is, are you good?
Right.
And like in the sense of, are you good? Like in every sense of that word. And if you want to talk, I'm here. I'm not going to press you about nothing. But if you want to talk, I'm here. But we can also not talk and be like, I might be like the first like relaxed time that you got around, so we just gonna vibe out. We ain't got to talk about it. We can just sip and chill. Me being around you, laughing about some dumb shit. I tell my friends, I always tell people, when you going through shit, come to my house one day. You gonna see me arguing with Zay, some bullshit happening. You gonna definitely get a laugh. And then if I'm eating edible, we gonna have a good ass time because I'm gonna be high and I'm gonna be saying some shit that's gonna make you laugh. So whatever you're going through, you're just gonna be laughing the whole time we there. And then when you go home, like you might be like, girl, I need that laugh. This is what I was going through. Blah, blah, blah. We can talk about it later. Like, you just might need that day that you just needed a good laugh. And I can guarantee you come to my house for a couple hours, you're going to be like, yo, what the hell? This is what you be doing every day? Because me and Zay be having our arguments. Now sometimes it's silent. It's a mixture of silence and some grunts, and then him constantly telling me to get out. And now it's funny because he got a deep voice. So, like, it's going to be, you're going to have some comedic relief real quick between me and the gangbang between me and my son. And then you're gonna come back and be like, yo, I needed that. And so like I just feel like we gotta be less harder on our girls.
Mm-hmm, for sure. All right, I want to do a quick topic before we do our last topic of the night. Recently I saw on Reddit about a breach on Instagram, and people are talking about how much they hate social media and all the things, and how much it's causing them grief because these security breaches. And then it turned out, or it came out, that Meta made a statement that the breach never happened, or that it didn't happen recently, that it happened years ago, and that everything was fixed and everything was there was no issues and all this, that, and the third. So if you guys have seen the post going around, it says that there were 17.5 million accounts affected, and that this is also what sparked a lot of folks recently getting some emails about resetting their password. This is, I think it was about a week ago. I think it was November 7th, so about 5 days ago, January 7th, about 5 days ago. And sorry, I'm looking at another post from November.
Oh, I got an email saying somebody was trying to get my password. I never answered it.
Yeah. So a lot of folks were getting that, and they were saying they were getting 2 or 3. Meta did come back and say that it was just a technical glitch that caused the password resets to go out, and that it was nothing to do with any breaches, nothing to do with any issues with their security or their systems. Do you believe them? Do you believe that there was a data breach with 17.5 million people affected? Do you believe Meta that it didn't happen? Are you somewhere in the middle?
I didn't change my password because I didn't request for my password to be changed, so I didn't do it. I just ignored it because I only log on Instagram on one device. It's my phone. and I didn't reset anything. And then when I get the did you log into this, it shows me where the location is. So I just ignore. I didn't do it, so I'm going to mind my business. But I also my Instagram is tied to my Facebook. So I thought it was curious that I got it for Instagram and not Facebook. So I thought it was suspect.
Yeah.
So I didn't participate in any of it because it could have been some rigmarole. And like I said, I don't log into Instagram with the password to begin with. So I wouldn't be resetting anything if my Instagram is linked to my Facebook. I think I would get the message from Facebook.
Exactly.
When Facebook tells you, hey, is this you? This login happened at this location.
Right.
And like I said, I'm only logged in on Facebook. Like Instagram only on my phone, but Facebook is between my phone and my laptop, which I barely use. I only use it mostly for podcasting. So I don't log into it at work. I don't do any of those things. The way I have my password set up, it's not used on many sites or most sites. Like most people use the same password everywhere. My Facebook is separate because it's all that stuff, and I have my information on there, and I get paid from Facebook. So I need to make sure that's secure because you guys pay me. So I need my money, need all my coins. So protect it a little bit more.
Right.
But yeah, I did not fall for that. But like I said, I did get 2 emails.
Yeah, most people said they got 2. Some people said
about it, and like I said, I don't have a password for Instagram, so it was like I don't need to reset anything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It sounds dumb.
What about you, Dane? Oh, did we lose Dane?
I think we did. He lost him. He's there, but not really.
Yep, guess he's not there. But yeah, same here. All my accounts are tied to my Meta account. I definitely would have gotten something from Meta versus Instagram, as well as the fact that this is why I tend to kind of believe Meta. Instagram accounts generally are tied to your Facebook or to your Meta account, to your Meta account manager, but also in the last year, 2 years, Facebook has forced everyone to go to 2-factor. So you gotta, if somebody tries your password, they gotta log in with your password and your phone or in your email account and have access to that in order to access your security code. I think I also have the 2-factor like little phone app where it gives you a code and that helps you log in. But you can't just use your password. There's no password, simple password anymore. So that's been around for at least a couple of years. So I definitely tend to believe Meta in this one. So I think it's just some old information. Meta did downplay what it was that was breached in 2024 is when they said that this happened. But they said that it was just purely some passwords and some accounts that got leaked out, but it wasn't anything to worry about, and it wasn't as many people that was purported in this leak, which is another thing because I think the last time there was a major breach, they doubled or almost tripled the number of affected accounts because the person that leaked the information has put like a big file or something and duplicated the file, and somebody counted all the entries in all the files and combined it instead of looking at the unique entries. So a lot of times, these things come out. It definitely deters and makes people feel a certain way about those companies. But you also gotta be smart about it and realize, like you said, Sonny, in your situation, you gotta realize when it doesn't matter or when it doesn't make sense. And then like in my situation, I know, and as well it's pretty much everybody, is that it's 2-factor. There's no way for somebody to just have your password and get into your Facebook or your Instagram account anyway, as well as the fact that outside of people who did have a legitimate beef, that their personal information from doing age verification could have been leaked if any personal data was leaked. But that's the thing with that, is a lot of that information is already available on the internet anyway. A lot of people don't understand that your name, your address, your telephone number sometimes, as well as other personally identifiable information is already out there for the pickings, and it has nothing to do with your social media. It's more to do with how certain systems are just open like that. Your house information. There's tons of white page websites out there that have your name, your address out there where people can search. A lot of municipalities as well as states have their deed and registries out there on the internet to be searched, because that stuff is public information. If you own a property, if you have certain types of personal property, all that information is already out there. So there's nothing you can really hide anyway. Some people have this false sense of security when it comes to that information. It's just not feasible to think that, you know, somebody's waiting on a Facebook breach to get your information. It's already out there. What up, Dane? You back?
Yeah. No, I didn't get anything. At least I don't think I did about any breach or whatever. But at this point in time, with everything that's going on, I don't believe anything the government says or anything any big company, corporation has to say, because it's going to come out next couple of months. It's been taken care of, and they found some other irregularities in their breaches and stuff like that. I don't have anything important, just more jokes and memories on my Facebook and my Instagram. So have at it.
right.
You want,
most people's Facebook page is public anyway, so quit playing with us.
It's like if you want my memories, go ahead, take it. I mean, you can't live my life, so right. I don't think you want my life. It's just weird.
Yeah, definitely.
But I will tell you, I would like those scammers to leave me alone, because I've been wilding Willis for 9 years.
Yeah, Dame gets the phone scams all the time.
You gotta just, Dame, I swear to God, one day I'm gonna make a TikTok of me screaming at these. Sometimes I answer if I'm working from home. Oh, you know how many times I've answered that phone and had the most outlandish, like. Sometimes I have like the Sex with Sunny conversation, just start talking like I'm talking to somebody and just saying the most randomest next level shit. And either they gonna listen till they decide to hang up. Cause like one day, I kid you not, I answered the phone and I was like, "Get your finger out my butt!" Like,
just start off with Lambo doors.
Get your finger out my butt.
Yeah, like this is how I was talking. Like just like I was talking to somebody. Like, no, because I don't like when you do that, because you know you be sniffing it. It just looks weird. And then whoever it was, the girl was like, "Hello," and she studied, and then she was like, "Oh my God," and then she hung up. Or I do that, just start screaming like I'm deaf in one ear, so I just start screaming at them, "Hello," and just like, "What? Okay," and it's like, "Oh my God," and then hang up. Not unless it's the automated system, but I always get the ones that's actually talking to people, and I think it messes them up. And they're like, "We're gonna take your name off the thing. Yeah, don't call me anymore because I'm just gonna scream at you."
You know, somebody actually did ask a question like, "Are you a real person?" You know, and one time he's like, "No, I'm automated message system." So I've been doing that now, and the woman's like, so somebody called me a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Are you a real person?" She's like, "Yes, I am a real person," but she said it like a delay. I'm like, "Prove it." She's like, "How can I prove it?" And my wife be getting mad at me. Why don't you just hang up? No. This is all like. Listen. Besides you and the kids, that's all I got.
This is my entertainment. I don't know.
Leave me be. Let me be happy.
Right. Leave me to my devices. All right, last topic of the night. This one is a holdover from Thanksgiving. I thought I had put it on the list before, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up there tonight. If you get these notifications from your people, who are you helping first? So you got mom who says, "I need $300 for groceries till Friday." The fridge
Zoom
is
in, Will.
Huh?
Zoom in, because you know I can't see.
Let's see.
That's the best.
Hold on, there we go. That better?
Just read it off.
Yeah, I'm not.
I can't see. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
All right. So you got mom that says, "I need $300 for groceries till Friday." The fridge is echoing. You got the kid's school that says field trip money is due today, $75, no exceptions. Then you got your bestie says, "Hey sis, I'm stranded at Target. My card declined. Can you Apple Pay me $120?" You got the cousin that says, "Hey, I need $200 for my light bill. They about to cut me off at 5." And then you got the fiance that says, "Babe, I forgot my wallet at home. Can you send me $60 for gas and lunch?" Who you helping first?
Fiance.
The Beyonce fiance.
I would do the fiance and then my mom.
Okay. Dame, who you helping out first?
Woo! It's between mom and fiance because, woo, you gotta help out moms, man. All the things moms be doing.
Stranded.
No, you can't.
Y'all leaving the cousin stranded. Y'all leaving the bestie stranded.
Listen, I ain't got it. You better listen, cause listen, this is where I'm at with this, and I love my bestie. If she really called me for this, I'd probably give it to her because she don't call me for nothing. But my bestie probably won't ask me. She'll probably ask somebody else first before she asks me. Like somebody that maybe humping on, right? She'll probably ask them first. But I probably would give it to her first because she's never asked me for anything. So for her to ask me that, I know it's some stuff happening. And she's not gonna ask me that for some rigmarole. Like it's probably stuff she really needs and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't yeah, I don't know. I can't help everybody. I can't help everybody.
You can't leave.
About the kid's school trip. Might not be going on the trip. Might have to keep you home that day. Because why would you be texting me that day and saying it's a field trip today? Like, no. Then I didn't want them to go. Leave me alone.
I was thinking that too. Like obviously I ain't paid because I don't
want them to go.
$75 for what? Where y'all niggas going for $75 on a school trip?
After babe and mom, I ain't got it. I can't get nobody what I ain't got.
I don't have no money anyway.
Like I done gave my mom $300 for groceries. I ain't know I got to go to my mom's house to eat now. I got to go over there and eat. Yeah, I'm sorry to cousin and bestie. I done got the two people, and I can't. And I didn't even say F them kids. So like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, because you got to use the money you just put in your fiance's car to go help mom out with the food. So the kids, yeah, y'all staying home from school because the trip, y'all ain't gonna be in school by yourself. Yeah. Cuz you got other cousins, right? All right, hit them up. Bestie, yeah, I still love you, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I definitely would do the fiance first. Mom would be next. Because I mean, $300. I can get mom some food, make sure she's straight.
I might can't get $300 worth, but I'll get you something.
And I feel like the fiance one, like for first to last, I would do fiance first only because if she's at lunch, that means she's got the shortest amount of time to really get something done outside of the bestie, right? She don't have hours or anything to wait. And then the kids' school trip, if you did want them to go, it said till 5. I mean, I got all the way till 5 o'clock to figure that out. So I don't have to worry about that right now at the moment.
No, it didn't say it just said due today.
Oh, till 3 then, when kids get out of school. So I got at least till 3. I was looking at the cousin at 5. The cousin, the wrong one. Why are you texting me? You knew your light bill was due 2-3 months ago. They finally getting around to cutting you off. That don't got nothing to do with you need.
Those letters come in.
Nothing to do with the tea in China.
Hey, those letters come in regularly. Hey, final notice, final notice, final notice. I mean, you gonna get your notice before. Why you gonna wait the day of?
My light bill was $200. I wish I had a $200 light bill.
Right. And then the bestie, I'm probably gonna tell bestie to put some of that stuff back. Like, hey, your card declined because you got too much in that shopping cart. You ain't supposed to be at Target anyway. You ain't supposed to be at Target anyway. We boycotting Target.
Still,
like you weren't supposed to be there anyway.
Hey, you can't boycott what you don't go to.
That part.
I don't really go to Target. I mean, I go with my family members take me, but like if I'm in the car and we happen to go.
I went to Target the other day because my mom was looking for something and they didn't have it at Kroger. They didn't have it at Walmart. So I was like, you know what? It's a Target. It's a Target next door. I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Target And I felt bad walking in there. And then I called my mom, and she was like, "No, don't worry about it. I'm good with what you got." I was like, "All right, good. I'm getting out of here." Another year without spending money at Target. Thank God.
Heck yeah.
Because ain't no way, boy.
Only time I go into Target now is because I'm on the road and I go use the restroom. That's all they good for.
They like, hey, I only piss on Target now.
That's it.
All right. Well, thanks for everybody joining us. It was another great show. I still got some more topics for us for the next couple of weeks to go through.
Yes, because we had a whole lot in that group chat.
Yeah, we got through a lot of them tonight. We got all the way through till mid December. So we got more in the group chat for me to pull from for us to talk about in the next couple of weeks. So make sure you hit like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we do our next show. Make sure you get at us at gftradioshow.com for all of our links to all of our shows. Make sure you also hit up our socials. Twitter, Instagram at GFT_radio, at GFT Radio on Twitch, GFT Radio Network on Facebook. Join the conversation group on Facebook.com/group/GFT. Join the conversation. Lots of great topics over there. We got plenty of stuff people are sharing over there. Sonny's been posting some really good questions. Make sure you get over there and check that out. Make sure you listen free on demand 24/7, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts. Most of our stuff is now on YouTube Music and Apple Podcasts for the most part, and Spotify. So that's where the main places you can find us. iHeartRadio and Pandora, you should be able to find us over there as well. Watch the video replays on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. So make sure you do that. Sonny, tell the folks where they can find you.
I will be in Philly this weekend with the mashup of the Yo Cuz podcast and the Philly podcast link podcast. We will be live on YouTube. I'll put the link up. Well, I've been sharing it, but I'll share it on my page. So if you follow me on any of the @IamSunny_D, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and Threads, it will be up there. Unreservedly Me is my website. I can't wait for Saturday.
For sure. Dame, tell the folks where they can find you.
Right here, right now. You can find me up at Another Level Up on Instagram, Shinlo21 on Xbox and Twitch. I am back on some other channels. Yeah, we'll talk about that next time.
All right, for sure. And it's your boy Willie Styles in the building. Get at me everywhere at Willie Styles on IG, Threads, and Twitter. I'm Willie.Styles on Snapchat and TikTok. Visit me over at stylesradio.com for all the hot tracks that I'm listening to. WillieStyles.info for all my links. Make sure you Google us. Make sure you hit us up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Do all the stuff. And until next time, we are out.
Yo, it's your boy Dame here.
Hey guys, it's your girl Sunny D.
Yo, it's your boy Smooth from the GFT Radio Network.
What up, though? It's your boy Willie Styles in the building.
Join us Mondays at 10 p.m. live on Twitch, YouTube, and our Facebook. And if you miss us, don't worry. You can catch it on our website, gftradioshow.com. And if you feel like talking to us every day, join our Facebook group.
At Join the Conversation, the group where you can discuss all kinds of topics.
Catch me also, Fans Respected, Dope Sports Show. Holla at your boy.
You can cop some merchandise over at our store, teespring.com/stores/GFT Radio. You can get t-shirts, sweatshirts, masks, and even more.
Next time on GFT Radio, what are we talking about? Join the conversation to find out.
Make sure you get at us on GFTradioshow.com for all of our audio and video playbacks, as well as links to all of our social media sites.